Deadeus is an indie game that was developed by Yzma in 2019. The game was developed using GB Studio. I found out about the game from following Spacebot Interactive, an indie game developer and publisher based out of the UK. I jumped on the pre-order as it was to be physically released on a Gameboy cartridge. Right off the bat, the game looked dark and contained elements of horror. As someone who played solely lighthearted games on the Game Boy, I really wanted to experience this darker, more mature-themed game on the system. After a short wait, I received my copy and waited to play it around Halloween time last year. The physical copy of the game came with a manual and a game map. The manual contained some insights into the game, including some quick character and item descriptions. The physical map was a nice old-school touch and was pretty helpful for me when I first started the game. The map's layout was not overwhelming at all, and after about an hour of gameplay, knowing where everything was located and which direction I needed to go in order to reach a specific location became second nature. The game's box was modeled after NTSC and PAL Game Boy boxes, which was an automatic plus for me. I really liked how the box art was subtle, and I also liked that it did not give anything away about the game, except that it was going to be somewhat serious in nature. Deadeus is a game where exploring and talking to people are key. The main character has a nightmare depicting that everyone in his town will die in 3 days. The player is given the opportunity to figure things out during the next 3 days, and with each new playthrough, new aspects of the story are discovered. I enjoyed interacting with each and every character, because it was always fascinating to see if they said something different on a specific day, and they usually did. I was particularly interested in what the policeman and criminal had to say and their placement in this story. There are 11 possible endings to the game, and I played through all of them. I completed some of the harder-to-get endings with the use of walkthroughs. I won't go over all the endings in detail, but some of my favorite endings included watching the end of the world either alone or with your neighbor friend, and also the ending where you killed everyone in town and summoned Deadeus yourself. The sprite work in the game is nicely detailed, especially during the dream sequences. The music was created by Stu Busby, and it was also quite good. It gave the game a brooding atmosphere while the player ran around the town. It was refreshing to hear. The only track that seemed a bit out of place was the one that played upon entering the surfer dude's hut. The song was good and I liked it, but I just thought that it didn't really match with the other songs in the game. The game itself delved into the subject of the occult, which I found interesting. I liked talking to all of the townspeople because it seemed that they were quite aware of everything that was happening and everything that was going to happen, and yet they continued to carry on with their everyday lives despite having this knowledge of the town's impending doom. And I found this to be quite unsettling. Maybe the ending where you just leave the town is the best one. Anyways, it's not every day that a new game comes out for the Game Boy, and I'm so glad that there are developers out there creating new games on this platform, and publishers that are willing to release the games in physical form. Deadeus was a refreshing experience, and I'm thankful for everyone who contributed to the project.